is what I have in my head now, and this is what's been causing me scalp burn.
Consumer Reports, they purchased 10 of the most popular synthetic hair braiding products and sent 2 samples of each to an independent lab. We're talking about brands we all know: Sensationelle, Magic Fingers, Sassy Collection, Shake and Go. The list goes on.
I have to reach out to my suppliers, and they give me document to confirm that their hair was safe. But then I have to use my own brain, and I said, why this now? Why? Is it somebody behind this trying to bring down black business or what?
So the Shade Room, we took a trip to Yonkers, New York. It's the Consumer Reports headquarters, and the results shocked everyone. All of the synthetic braiding hair that they tested positive for multiple carcinogens, 3 of them testing positive for benzene, which is known to cause acute myeloid leukemia. 9 out of 10 of them also testing positive for lead.
It is a huge problem. It's a tough choice to make.
Consumer Reports managing editor Ginger Cole says the report was a part of a months-long in-depth look into synthetic hair. Black women in their focus groups were sounding the alarm.
Someone mentioned braiding hair, and right away that got my attention, and I started doing research on it and found a really interesting report from a student. And she identified possible carcinogens that's used in the makeup of the actual hair, in the actual manufacturing of it. And so I kind of ran with it after that.
Dr. James Rogers, Director of Product Safety Testing and Research at Consumer Reports, he took it over from there and started the testing process.
We said, number one, we wanted to test products that were the top 10 sellers in black or brown colored products, right? But we also asked the women themselves, what are some of the products that you use with your hair and your children's hair? And so we took their list, we took the top seller list, we mushed that together, and we came up with the 10 products that are listed in the article.
Check this out. The amount of lead alone detected in these products was astronomically higher than the, quote, maximum allowable dose level. Darling Flexi Rod Curls Crochet, 585% above. Magic Fingers Pre-Stretch Braiding Hair, 603%. Sassy Collection 100% Caneculon Jumbo Braid Hair, 610% above.
There's no safe level of lead. And so if we detect lead in food, we want that out of food. Well, should we say this about this product? We think we should consider that there should be no lead in artificial braiding hair.
It says this hair.
Shalom, shalom, giving all honor to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who teach 100% truth. Shalom to the 144,000 and to the elect. This your brother Ra'aya, back with another video. This is a non-monetized video. I am not getting paid for this. This is for educational purposes only. Fair use. Fair use. I am not getting paid. This is for educational purposes only. But so, as you all seen, that they are destroying the daughters of Zion's hair, right? But it's not really even them. We're going to get the scriptures, right? It's the Lord that's putting the spirit on the left-hand side on the wicked, the other nations, and having them oppress Zion. You know, so look, let's go into Isaiah 3. And we're going to start at 16 and read on down. It says, moreover, Yahweh saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, meaning proud or prideful, and walk with stretched forth necks and wanting eyes. Because look, think about this, right? The so-called black woman, the Hispanic and Native American, but primarily the JUdite woman, right? The so-called black woman. She walks around, especially when she gets her so-called hair done, right? Putting whole weave in her head and all of that, right? She walks around as if she's proud and she's mighty and she's like, she can't be corrected or anything. Like, she the SHIT, you know. And she'll walk around here with this attitude, you know, of this pridefulness with their head up and all that, right? And it's like, just because they feel as though that they look good, meanwhile on the other side, we all know that it's fake hair in their head. We all know that it's weave and all that, right? But let's see what the Lord has done to them, right? Because of this pridefulness that they walk around with. So they want to not take on the curses that the Lord placed upon them, meaning that their hair wasn't going to grow much, you know, because of the foolishness that they did in the past. So they're going to have to pay for it even more with grievous sores and like cancers and things to come upon them due to them being prideful and not wanting to display their real hair. And really, they shouldn't be doing it anyway, because they should be having their head coverage. But you know, like we in this captivity, it ain't gonna go down like that. But either way, you see where that non-acceptance of your true self is getting you. That fake shit is getting you. It's going to get you towards destruction and ultimately towards death. Because when sin is at its full peak, when its iniquity has piled up, death is the only thing that's left. So it says, and that's where the cancer comes in. But anyway, verse 16, Isaiah 3:16, moreover, Yahweh saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go and making a tinkling with their feet. Therefore, the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and Yahweh will discover their secret parts. So he's going to curse their heads, right? And then we're going to go on down, and we're going to skip past 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23. And we're going to get straight to the point at verse 24, right? And it says, and it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink. And instead of a girdle, a rent. And instead of well set hair, baldness. And instead of stomachshire, a girding of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty, right? So instead of their hair being beautified, what did this lady just say in here? Let's go back a little bit.
Braiding hair is poisoning black women.
It was breaking consumer news in February.
This is what I have in my head now, and this is what's been causing me scalp burn.
You heard her? Scalp burn. If the scriptures is not true, we don't know what is, right? Because this is straight up exactly what it just said. It says instead of beauty, which she's aiming for, which this young woman is, or this woman is aiming for, she's aiming towards beauty, but instead she's getting a burning instead of beauty, right? Instead of well set hair, they're getting baldness due to this. Right now, you can think about it. Before the Jake woman got their hair into these weave and wigs and stuff, they had a decent amount of hair. Like, it wasn't as much hair as they did back in the day. Back in ancient times, it's not as much hair as it grew back then, but it still was a decent amount, right? Now it wasn't. I'm gonna say this now. Their hair don't seem to get past the afro stage, like the short afro stage, and it's part of the reason why is because they're never covering their heads in the proper way. They're constantly braiding their hair and putting weaves and these chemicals and all of that in their head, thinking that things is gonna be good. It's like, nope. And this article is to show you that. But let's show you. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do this in parts, y'all. So this is part 1.